Today is September 6th. Welcome on in to Daily Cards Live here on ClaibsOnline.com. We are brought to you by Royal Banks of Missouri and Munganess St. Louis Acura. I'm Joe Roderick, joined alongside by Bob Ramsey. Rammer, the Cardinal Bats came alive last night, imitating the Braves offense, getting a victory in Game 1 against Atlanta. And we can say the same thing all month long, but man, that would have been a really fun start to a series if it mattered.
Yeah, it was fun. What wasn't fun is about the seventh inning, I told my wife, oh, brother, the Braves are going to come back in this one. Well, they did. They just didn't come all the way back. It got pretty darn scary, which illustrates another problem. Even when you get a good start, you got nothing left in the bullpen, and that's a problem. Helsley came out, but, we've already learned from him the last two seasons. He doesn't have really, relative to pitch counts, efficient innings. It's going to take him 20, 25 pitches to get through an inning, which means he's not likely to be able to pitch the next day. And that's not the ideal closer situation you want.
Yeah, Helsley, 21 pitches last night, coming off the arm issues that he has had for most of the season. I would say that there is no chance that he's going to be pitching for the Cardinals this evening. No, absolutely not. Miles Mikolas, 6 2/3 last night, 3 earned runs in the game, only 2 strikeouts. So he made him put the ball in play, and when he did, the Cardinals defense really flashed the leather. Tommy Edman is putting up some highlight catches out there in center field.
Moreover than the highlight catches, he's so sure-handed. He's so fast. His routes are like he'd been playing center field his whole life. I made fun of the Cardinals earlier in the year when in about a 6-week period they had 5 different guys declared the best center fielder in the organization. Well, I think finally now that we've seen all of them at some point, I think it's pretty clear it's Tommy Edman. What do you think?
No. He's done well out there. Do you really want to start 2024 with Tommy Edman as your everyday center fielder?
You change the question and answer the question with a question. Of the candidates we've seen this year, isn't he the best defensive center fielder? I don't think it's close.
I would imagine that there are going to be things that maybe we don't see each and every day on TV that Lars Nootbaar can do better in center field and in the outfield in general than Tommy Edman, who has just kind of been thrown out there this season, where Lars Nootbaar has played center field in maybe over half the ballparks, if not more, in Major League Baseball. That I'm going to say that Lars Nootbaar is going to be your more...
Well, the Cardinals disagree with you, because Nootbaar was in the outfield and they put Tommy in center. So
which I don't,
that doesn't mean you're wrong. It just means you disagree with me and the Cardinals.
And that's something that when I do see that outfield put together like that has been confusing to me at times, where Lars Nootbaar was supposed to be that center fielder for, I mean, he was the center fielder for the best team in the world. On Japan, he was your center fielder last year in the postseason. He was your center fielder when he was healthy to start this season. And then Tommy Edman, they're saying, hey, we're moving you from second base to shortstop now to center. When Tommy Edman has played corner outfield positions, that is something that has made me scratch my head a bit. But I would say just knowing the amount of time that they have each spent in the outfield, Lars Nootbaar, I would say, is a more pure center fielder probably than Tommy Edman.
Yeah, and I just disagree based on what we're seeing the Cardinals do. Now, we can disagree with their philosophy, but I think you need to pound the table every show when he goes out there and say it's the wrong choice.
I mean, yeah, and maybe it has to do – Maybe I'm not looking. Maybe it's a bigger picture issue. Maybe that's
I think Tommy's faster. He has at least as good a hands, and I think probably better from being an infielder. I think the edge Lars has is arm strength, but not with speed, not with routes. I don't think so. Now, I wouldn't take Tommy over Lars on either corner. Well, certainly not right field.
Yeah.
And maybe not left field. But in center, I would.
And maybe, and that's what I'm saying about bigger picture. Maybe if the Cardinals are looking into 2024, maybe a bigger picture issue, or looking at it, maybe they have already said, okay, you know what? When we know when Brendan Donovan comes back, Brendan Donovan's our second baseman. And when you kind of put that outfield together, that everyday outfield together for next year, maybe you are looking at it as Jordan Walker is in right field. And if you have Nootbaar and Edman out there, maybe you'd rather have maybe they don't trust Edman as much in left field as they know that Lars Nootbaar can go out there and play.
Because left field's where you always put your worst guy.
And this is where I don't know. And maybe a whole year of spring training will make Edman even a better center field.
Well, he's already your best guy. So if he's better, I'm okay with that. You hit on another question that'll be interesting too. Who, with all the defensive metrics and your own eye test, who's a better second baseman, Donovan or Gorman? You know, I was talking to Andy Van Slyke yesterday. He thinks Gorman's better at second base.
Brendan Donovan won a Gold Glove as a utility player in 2022.
I know,
So
I'm a huge fan.
Yeah. So, it's. Are those your 10? I mean, this is probably a topic for another. Okay, I guess you're 9. I should say you're 9. Are these your 9 right there that we just named? Everybody that we just threw out there, and the ones that you know that we haven't mentioned, is that your 9 that you're going into the offense with next year?
Yes. So whoever's not your second baseman is your DH, and if you need somebody to play shortstop on a given day, with Wynn maybe taking a day off or has an out sheet. To me, that's Edman, and it allows you then to have your boy Nootbaar. I love him too. I'm a huge fan. In fact, I think he should hit third next year. Move him to center, and then that's when you can allow Brendan Donovan to play left field.
Well, Rammer, we have stalled enough to where we do have bootlegging lineups for you today.
Who says we're not professional?
When we started this show 7 minutes ago, the Braves lineup was out. The Cardinals lineup was not yet. And as I hit the refresh button, the Cardinal lineup is out for you right now. And it is brought to you by Bootlegging Tavern and also Bootlegging Bob's. It's your dive bar there in Tower Grove South. And you can head out there each and every day. And every day, too, they have food trucks out there available for you. They have today barbecue out there for your food truck needs. And Thursdays, each and every Thursday, our friends at Central State Sandwiches are serving up some of the best Sammys in all of St. Louis out there at Bootlegging Tavern, 3450, or Bootlegging Bob's, 3457 Morganford Road in Tower Grove South. The Cardinals have Dakota Hudson on the mound against Spencer Strider. More on him in just a bit. Lars Nootbaar is in left. Paul Goldschmidt first. Nolan Gorman is at second. Nolan Arenado at third. Wilson Contreras behind the plate. Alec Burleson DHs. Jordan Walker in right. Tommy Edman in center. And Mason Wynn is at short. For the Braves, Ronald Acuna Jr. in right, Ozzie Albies in second, Austin Riley at third, Matt Olson at first. Yeah, no shit. Marcelo Zuna DHs, Eddie Rosario is in left, Sean Murphy is behind the plate, Michael Harris II is in center, and Orlando Arcia is at short. If that lineup is at all different tomorrow, I'll read it. If not, I'm just going to skip the Braves part for their lineup tomorrow. As they said,
as always.
Spencer Strider to the mound, 16-4 on the year with a 3.56 ERA, 245 strikeouts on the year. Rammer, right now, who is your NL Cy Young winner?
Yeah, I've been looking at it. I don't know. I think it's kind of between him and
Cubs, Justin
Snell.
Snell over
and I think Steele has to be in the conversation as well.
Steele really can have a really good September and win it. Yeah,
I think those are the three guys.
Yeah, that
I'll have a better. I didn't know you were going to ask that. I haven't really looked at it in those terms, but I'll have an answer for you tomorrow.
Yeah, they and we'll have updated numbers on some of them. The over/under. We talked about this yesterday with the strikeouts. The over/under, which by the way, we didn't talk about this on Friday. When was it Charlie Morton on the mound? Not Charlie Morton. Who was the starter for the Pirates on Friday was Mitch Keller, and the over/under was 4.5 for strikeouts on him. And Rammer, you told me just to bet everything on it. Go out, get a loan from Royal Banks, and bet all of that on it. And by the third inning, the 4.5 it hit. So it was a very smart bet to make. Spencer Strider tonight against the Cardinals. The over/under for strikeouts for the Quad Father is 9.5.
You had asked me before we came on, and I thought the number, you asked me to guess, I thought the number would be 8.5. So kind of in the same ballpark. I think at 9.5, the real number, I take the under, but with trepidation.
His last few outings in the month, here was his month of August. He, last time out, August 31st, at the Dodgers, he went 6 innings, 9 strikeouts. The start before that, at San Francisco, 7 innings, 9 strikeouts. Before that, at home against the Giants, 7 innings and 10 strikeouts. And before that, 4 against the Mets, 3 against the Pirates, and 9 against the Angels. So his August kind of it was a little rough August as far as the strikeout numbers went for him after the numbers that he put up in the month of July. 5 starts in July, Rammer. He had 53 strikeouts in his 5 starts in the month of July.
If he can get through 7 innings, I think he'll be right around that 10 mark.
That's the thing for him. If you go and you look at his numbers this year, he has pitched in the 8th inning 1 time this year, and that was all the way back in April. He's a strikeout pitcher, and with strikeouts comes lots of pitches, and that is, it's the good with the bad. But when you're as untouchable as he is most times out, you're going to take it, and you're going to rely on your bullpen to pick up the pieces.
Mm-hmm. Exactly right.
Yeah, so it's going to be a fun one to watch tonight with Spencer Strider on the mound. I would say, again, if you've been kind of off and on about Cardinal baseball here lately, when you get to see a pitcher like Spencer Strider on the mound, make it appointment viewing, make it something that you go out of your way to watch him pitch tonight and just see how good he is if you haven't had the opportunity to do so yet.
He's dynamite. I agree.
Yeah, and check out, like I said, the quads on him. I mean, he doesn't skip leg day either. And for all of you young pitchers out there, when you see the power that he pitches with, that's why. So learn from that. Rammer, we will be back tomorrow, Game 3 of the series, and Adam Wainwright start day for the Cardinals, the last time he will ever face the team that drafted him 20-plus years ago. And until then, we are brought to you by Munganess St. Louis Acura and Rammer, Royal Banks.
Royal Banks of Missouri, where better service means better banking. Over 60 years in our town. Call 314-212-1500. You'll find a friendly, knowledgeable banker to help you at Royal Banks of Missouri.
He is Bob Ramsey. I'm Joe Roderick. We will talk to you tomorrow right here on Daily Cards Live, brought to you by Royal Banks and Munganess St. Louis Acura here on ClaibsOnline.com.
Munganess St. Louis Acura has a great selection of new and certified pre-owned Acuras. Get 3.9% financing for up to 36 months on all new Acura models, or get $1,000 in loyalty incentives on the 2023 TLX and RDX, and $750 in loyalty incentives on the 2024 Integra. Get financing as low as 1.99% for up to 36 months on certified pre-owned TLX and MDX models. Munganess St. Louis Acura, better than ever for you.